Okay, good morning. Today we will discuss about cycloids. First, we should understand what is a cycloid. Now, say suppose uh, a circle is there which is rolling on a flat surface. Circle in the sense a tire. You can see a tire kind what is rolling on the screen. If it is rolling on the flat surface and if we are observing one point on the circumference of the circle, then the path traced by that point while the circle is rolling on the line without slipping is called cycloid. Now the other one is epicycloid. Now what is epicycloid? See here, instead of rolling on a flat surface, the circle is rolling outside another circle, then it is called epicycloid. Okay. Now the third one is hypocycloid. Now you can see here, the third case, the circle is rolling inside another circle. Now the path traced by the point on the circumference of the circle, which is rolling inside another circle, is called the hypocycloid. Now in the questions they may say the point is starting from the bottom end. If the point is starting from the bottom end, then the curve will start from here. Now if point is starting from the top end, then the curve will starting from this point. So the curve will start from this point and it will come like this and go like this. Okay. Okay, so this it is starting from here, it will start like this and go like this. So what is given in the question that we have to see. Okay, let us see the procedure how to draw this curve. So here the circle is rolling on a straight line, so it is a simple cycloid. The diameter of the circle is 50 mm like this, and it is rolling on a flat surface for one revolution. So for one revolution, any circle will roll without slipping for a distance of 2 pi r or pi d. So this is the 2 pi r distance or pi d distance. Now what I have to do, I have to divide the circle as well as the line into equal number of parts. So here I am dividing into 8 equal parts. Now here the numbering is important. How to give the numbering? So how to give the numbering? The 1, 2, 3, 4. The numbering should be in the direction of rotation of the circle. Okay, the numbering should be, because when the circle, okay, we'll see the next step. Then what we have to do? We have to draw horizontal lines through all these points. Okay. Then these divisions we have to extend onto the central line. In other words, we have to divide the central line into equal number of parts. Okay. Now when the circle comes to C1, okay, when C comes to C1, then P goes to the place of 1. Okay. When when the center of the circle comes to C2, the P will be in the position of 2. So what we have to do here is, so first at C1 as center and take the radius 25 mm, we cut an arc on a line passing through 1. You will get point P1. Now with C2 as center, you cut a arc on line passing through 2, it will give P2. Similarly, with C3 as center, you cut an arc on the line passing through 3, you will get P3. So you have to be careful what we are doing. The center is 4 now, and it is cutting the line passing through 4. Here this distance is equal to the radius of the arc, so it will just touch. It will not cut here, it will just touch at point 4. Now with C, till now the curve is this side. Now the C5 is on this side of C, or right side of C. So here the curve will cut on right side of the C5. So here it will get P5. So why P5? Because it is the line passing through 5 and from center C5. Similarly C6, P7 and P8. If I join all these points with a smooth curve, then it is called the cycloid. So this is about cycloid. Now what I have to do? I have to draw a tangent and normal at a distance of 40 mm from the directing line. So what I am doing here, I am taking a point, okay, this point is at a distance of, so what is this distance? This distance is 40 mm, that is what is given in the question. So this distance is 40 mm. Now this point I am taking as S, and from S what I have to do? I have to cut an arc with the radius of the rolling circle on the center line. Okay, with S as the center, I have to cut an arc with the radius of the circle on the center line. I will get one center end point. From this I have to draw a normal to the directing line. What is this line? It is the normal to the directing line. So I will get N. If I join N and S, then I will get the normal for the cycloid. This is the normal for the cycloid. Now if I draw a line perpendicular to this normal passing through S, then it is called the tangent. So this is tangent and normal. So this is a simple way of doing the cycloid. Second one is epicycloid. So the point on the periphery of a circle which rolls on outside of a circle on it. Okay. So this is the radius. What is the radius? 50 mm. Sorry, this is 75 mm. Okay, it is a typing mistake. It is only 75 mm. Radius 75 mm. With radius 75 mm, I have draw a line. Now this is, what is this? This is the radius of the directing circle. Now extend this line by the diameter of the rolling circle. The rolling circle diameter is now 50 mm. So this is the rolling circle diameter, 50 mm. Now what I have to do? I have to draw a arc passing through P. So what is the distance? It is equal to the circumference of the circle. But since it is not a straight line, what I have to do? I have to draw a arc of a sector. Now what is the angle of the arc of a sector? It is equal to small r by capital R into 360. Then I will get this sector angle. Okay. Now divide these two things with equal number of parts. This is what I was saying. This angle between this line and this line is equal to small r by capital R into 360. Now divide this circle and this sector into equal number of parts. I am dividing it into 8 equal parts. Then I have to draw arcs. Previously I have drawn lines parallel to directing line. Now here I am drawing arcs parallel to the directing circle and passing through all the points. So these are the lines. How are these lines? Passing through 1, 7, 2, 6, 3, 5 and 4. Now here additional line is there because we need the line passing through the center. Okay, so this line is line passing through the center. Now what I have to do, I have to extend all these lines to the center. This will give the centers C1 to C8. Now again I have to apply the same procedure. Here C1 is the center and radius is of the rolling circle, and I am cutting on line or arc passing through 1. I will get P1. Now if I take C2 as center and draw an arc on line passing through 2, I will get point P2. If I take C3 as center and draw an arc passing through C3, so the line is passing through the line is passing through 3, so I will get P3. Now with C4 as center, so what is the center is C4 and radius is radius of the rolling circle, and it is touching the line passing through 4. I will get P4. Similarly, I will get P5, P6, P7. So how we are getting C5 as center, arc on line passing through 5, I will get P5. C6 as center, line passing through 6 is cut and I got P6. C7 as center and line passing through 7 is cut, I will get P7. Similarly, I will get P8 here. If I join all these points P1, P2, P8, I will get the epicycloid. Now what I have to do, I have to draw a tangent at a distance of 105 mm from the center of directing circle. So from here the distance is 105 mm. So this distance, 1 second. So this distance is 105 mm. What is this distance? It is equal to 105 mm. With this distance, what I am doing, I am drawing an arc onto the epicycloid. So this point is S. With S as center and the radius of the rolling circle, I am cutting the center line. So what I am cutting? I am cutting the center line. So I am marking it as CT, center for obtaining the tangent and normal. So I am giving CT. Now from C, what I have to do? I have to draw a normal. Okay. So what is the normal for this circle? If this point joins with O, it is the normal for the circle. That is why I am drawing this line. Now this normal cuts this directing circle at N. So the SN is the normal and the line perpendicular to SN is tangent. So this is about the epicycloid. Next we will see the hypocycloid. So the hypocycloid, again what I have to do, I have to draw a line. What is the radius of this line? It is equal to the radius of the directing line. The directing circle radius is 75 mm. So this length is 75 mm. Now what I have to do? Previously we have extended because the circle is rolling outside. Now what I have to do? I have to take inside the P. What is the distance? The diameter of this circle. So I will get a diameter of the circle like this. So the circle is inside P, PO. Previously it is outside PO. That is the difference between epicycloid and hypocycloid. Now I have to draw an arc here. What is the length of the arc? Length of the arc is equal to the circumference of the circle 2 pi r. But since here it is a curve, we need to find the angle of the sector. So the angle of the sector is equal to theta, and that is equal to r by r, small r by capital R, radius of the rolling circle divided by radius of the guiding circle or directing circle into 360. So that will give the angle of the sector. What I have to do? I have to divide this circle into 8 equal parts and this sector into 8 equal parts and give the numbering. So how I am giving the numbering? Again the same, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the direction of rotation. That is important. Now what I have to do? I have to draw arcs through all these points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with O as center. So this, like this, I have to draw arcs. Okay. Now divide this center line is already divided, so I can mark center lines, points on the center line C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, C6, C7, C8. Now once I get these points, the procedure is as usual. With C1 as center, draw an arc on line passing through 1. I will get P1. With C2 as center, draw an arc on line passing through 2. I will get P2. With C3 as center, draw an arc on line passing through 3. I will get P3. With C4 as center, draw an arc on line passing through 4. I will get P4. With C5 as center, again draw an arc on line passing through 5. This should be careful. So here I will get P5. Then with C6 as center, draw an arc on line passing through 6. Not on the center line, it is on line passing through 6. So here I will get, what is the point? It is P6. Now with C7 as center, on this line I will get P7 and here I will get P8. If I join all these points, I will get the, what is this? This is This is epicycloid, not epicycloid, mistake here. This is hypocycloid. Okay, since it is rolling inside, it is called hypo. Okay. So students, this circle is rolling inside another circle, so it is called hypocycloid. If the circle is rolling outside another circle, it is called epicycloid. Okay, so that is the important point you have to remember. Now what I have to do? I have to draw tangent and normal at a distance of 55 mm. So this is at a distance of radius 55 mm. From here, with this radius and O as center, O is center and 55 is radius, I am drawing an arc. It will cut the this hypocycloid at point S. From S, with radius of the rolling circle, I am cutting the line passing through the center. So this is the line passing through the center. And from here, what I am doing, this generally people do mistake, please here. From here, I have to draw a normal onto this curve. So how to get the normal onto this curve? Join this O with CT and extend. Then I will get the normal. Now this point on the directing circle is N. Okay, by mistake it came here. So this point is N. Once this point is N, join N and S, I will get the tangent and normal. If I draw a line perpendicular to this normal, I will get the tangent. So this is about the hypocycloid. So this is what I want to discuss about cycloids. Okay.